to the final block of third and the last day of Düsseldorf Grand Slam 2019, Germany.
Liebe Judo-Freunde, im Namen der Internationalen Judo-Föderation des Deutschen Judo-Bundes, aller Sponsoren und Partner, herzlich willkommen zum Finalblock des dritten und letzten Wettkampftages beim Düsseldorf Grand Slam 2019.
Dear friends, 1 minute to go.
Und auf geht's, Düsseldorf.
Welcome to the third and final day of competition at this year's Düsseldorf Grand Slam. Düsseldorf is a regional economic powerhouse straddling the banks of the Rhine River. The famous Altstadt, Düsseldorf's lovely old town, is a must-see attraction. But there are also museums and the city's full of plentiful nightlife. But we're here for this, the latest leg of the IJF Judo World Tour. And we're going to begin this final block with the first of the bronze medal contests in the under 90 kilo category. This features Mikhail Igolnikov of Russia. He'll be up against Alexander Kukolya of Serbia. It will be Igolnikov in the white judogi, Kukolya in blue. And the referee in the middle for this one is Roland Poiger of Austria. And with commentary on this, after this, and all this afternoon's medal matches, a very warm welcome to former world champion Loretta Cusack-Dor. Good afternoon, Loretta.
Good afternoon, Shelton. And I'm so excited about this final block. There's been some great matches today that's kept me right on a high and a biggest smile on my face. Now, this is going to be a very interesting match. The last time these two guys met was in Abu Dhabi, and it was in the quarterfinal. Igolnikov won that match. Will Kukolya manage to take one back? Well, we've just got to wait and see. Both of them have had a wonderful performance throughout the day, given us so much excitement and pleasure to watch these two perform. But they're going to be up against each other, and it's going to be a real clash of the titans.
I'm looking forward to this one as well. There have been a few upsets along the way here. One was in the quarterfinal when Jesper Smink overcame the current world champion Nicholas Sherazadashvili. I suppose that was the first of the surprises. I suppose you could say that Guak Donghan, the former world champion, going out in round 3 was also a surprise. Kukolya made it through to the semi-final. He lost in that semi-final to Mamadali Mediev of Azerbaijan. This put him down into this bronze medal contest. Igolnikov had to come through the repechage, and it was he that defeated Sherazadashvili in that repechage contest. So a tough route for both of these fighters to the bronze medal contest. Only one of them, however, can go away with some kind of compensation.
Yes, a place on that podium with some metal around their neck, and that's really where it counts. Well, in a case it does count, but what's really important is the Olympic qualification points as well. And the point is really valuable at this stage of the game, and a bit of pride as well. But Kukolya has been defeated once before. It was last year, and not that long ago, so be still fresh in their minds on how that performance went. Igolnikov, obviously the athlete that has to stay on that mat and still stay composed and focused on the job in hand. Not an easy task. A lot of things will be going through his head, and like we said, he's had some amazing matches along the way to this journey, to the end of this journey.
Yeah, we were talking about who it was that would benefit more from the stoppage. Is it the person who has to go off, or is it the person who stays on the mat? You know, we haven't worked it out yet because there's been no study.
No, there hasn't. It really is down to the personality themselves, and possibly even the amount of weight that is expected. It's sometimes a serious injury. It can take ages for them to get ready, but this case, it's been very short and sweet. And but when you're wanting to get started and it stops within the minute, you're just ready to warm up and get that feel of where this match is going to go, and then all of a sudden you've got that pause, and you most probably had the advantage at that particular time, and it's frustrating to find that there's that pause within the flow. Beautifully done there, the Oso Tagari counter, and Ippon swiftly done. Well, it was to the advantage, we know this time, of that slight pause in this bronze medal contest.
Golikov, when he throws, does so absolutely beautiful. Really does.
From Russia, Mikhail.
No doubt that will stick on the highlights reel.
Definitely.
He hasn't smiled once, has he?
Yeah, job, and he'll probably have plenty to smile later on when he reflects on his performance. That was very nice indeed.
So, a fifth place finish for Kukolia is Golikov, who's going to walk away with the metalware, as Loretta put it. We come now to the second of the bronze medal contest. Joachim Bottio of Belgium faces Jesper Smink of the Netherlands. It'll be Bottio in the white judogi, Smink in blue.
Well, as you can see, the head-to-head, Smink in the driving seat, knows he's had one under his opponent, a real win that will give him that little boost of confidence to move through in this bronze medal match.
Referee in the middle for this one is Roberta Chiolia of Italy.
Judogi representing Belgium, 2 times Grand Prix winner, Joachim Bottio. And in blue judogi for the Netherlands, 4 times Grand Prix bronze medalist, Jesper Smink.
Well, the last time these athletes did meet, it was in The Hague not long ago, and from there it was in the repechage, like what we're watching now. It was for that bronze medal, where Smink took the bronze and Bottio took the 5th place. Will this be a repeat from the last time that these athletes were head-to-head? Both very strong gripping styles, both desperately trying to dominate the pace in which this contest is going to flow through in the next 4 minutes, if not more. Bottio, Belgium, there in the white, Smink with the Netherlands in the blue. Dutch team have had some highs and lows in their performances. Uchimata there from Bottio, beautifully executed, got that lift, that levelling, but just didn't get that finishing touch to it. The upper body control, that sleeve action, just wasn't forceful enough. And they're both battling there to try and stay in control. Bottio had an amazing Uchimata there. It was a nice entry. A little bit of panic might have set in there with Smink. As I said, the last time they fought, he was the one that took home the bronze medal in that repechage bronze medal match back at The Hague.
I favour Smink here as well, to be honest. Bottio is a strong, aggressive, combative fighter, but there's just something about Smink today, in particular his performance today, that I think he's got the edge. What about you?
Do you know, I'm going for Bottio, because just looking at this bronze medal, it's a situation that he's been on the receiving end, and he's got something to prove. He's come out here to win this match. He's got some really nice judo skills. That Uchimata is very, very dangerous indeed. And Smink, as you see there, with a Shido already on the board. 41 minutes and 42 seconds. And overall performances, yes, maybe Sheldon's right when it comes down to the progress throughout the day. Smink, against the opponents that he's had, has looked very good indeed.
Tijd weer druk houden, 2 handen goed.
But for me, Bottio, who's come in and his approach to this contest has been very positive, very proactive. He's taken a lot of onus on how this match is going to revolve round him rather than his opponent. There was a Makikomi attempt there, just under the elbow, so really doesn't get that leverage that he's hoping for.
And he was a little bit quick to get out of the attack, wasn't he? This is the thing that we're looking at here. How long do you stay in there for will tell us whether you're really determined in your effort.
Exactly.
And if you bail out too quickly, then they're likely to look at that as a forced attack.
Oh, Bottio, they're setting up. He's looking to set up that Uchimata. We saw it earlier on. It was very dangerous. And if you look at Smink here, he's just holding on to that sleeve. Being very defensive. He's got his head caught up now. He's working to the edge of the mat. He looks in a little bit of trouble there. He's just backing off all the time. He works again for that Makikomi, a desperate attack where he knows he's in a little bit of danger and there's nowhere he can go other than the Makikomi or walk on to that Uchimata.
Both coaches trying to use these last few seconds to urge their fighters to come up with something that will keep them out the golden score period. Nobody wants to go there.
So the last half a minute's now remaining in the first 4 minutes of this contest. Stays the same, we're going into golden score. He's got that sleeve grip. Bottio is trying to set it up. There's a real battle going on between these athletes. We knew it was never going to be an easy match, but there Bottio taking the first Shido, so it's 1 Shido apiece. Levelling this up with just 4 seconds remaining in this contest. And now we're going into golden score. Now we've seen so many times that one has dominated the first 4 minutes and literally had a bit of a burnout when it comes down to the golden score. Very little left in the tank, but a bit of a nosebleed going on here. And I think this is going to be for the benefit of the Bottio, giving that little bit of time to take stock of what he's done, how he's progressed through those first 4 minutes, which I think he's slightly ahead and dominant with the attacks. And it'll give him time to rest and to now get started again in the golden score. If it had gone straight in, he'd put so much work in the first 4 minutes, there might have been a bit more tiredness coming from him. The Dutchman's out there though. He's got time as well to put everything together.
We shall see shortly.
We can see you. Yes. No, I bet they're not that shy.
Smink waits for Bottio to return to the tatami. gives us a chance just to run down how it was that Jesper Smink got to this point. Wang Chu Wen of China was his first round opponent. Smink then defeated Matthias Kusik of Estonia. He went on to defeat Gantolga Altenbanger in the third round. The quarter-final was a defeat he defeated Nicolas Sherazadishvili of Spain, and then he lost in the semi-final to Murao Sanshiro of Japan. That's how Smink got here. Joachim Bottio, for his part, defeated Yuta Villa Galarreta of Peru. He then knocked out Muzaparov of Kazakhstan. It was Marcus Niemann on his return to Sweden who lost to Joachim Bottio in round 3 in the quarter-final. Joachim Bottio lost to Alexander Kukolya of Serbia, and then in the repechage contest, Bottio came back to defeat the world silver medalist Ivan Felipe Silva Morales of Cuba. Okay, that's the route that these two took to this bronze medal contest.
A real battle and a half they've all made coming up to this.
Some of the German team, the Stoll sisters.
Well, the frustration there, as you can see on Smink's face, he's looking tentatively over to find out what's going on. How long has he got to wait out there? And within that time, he's cooling down as well, so this doesn't help.
The taping has finished now, I think, and Bottio is on his way back. There you go. That's what took the time.
That's some serious taping.
Two things will make it difficult for Bottio now. One is the sight, because you get that bandage slipping over one of your eyes, or both of them, even worse. And the other thing is the breathing.
Yeah.
And all that is hampered a little.
Gosh, that is some heavy strapping, isn't it? Well, that was a little bit of a mistake there from Bottio. He came in for that Usodagari. He looked so off balance. Smink really didn't take full advantage of that opportunity there. Bottio trying desperately to control that right sleeve of his opponent. Not doing a very good job at it at the moment. He's got it, but he's left himself open to the rear, the Ouchigari. But there, Bottio coming in for the Niwaza, trying for the Sangaku turnover. There's
a moment there when it looked as though Bottio might be in with a chance for the turnover. It didn't materialise, however.
Desperately trying to catch that sleeve. Concentrated on that. He's got to be careful that he doesn't get caught for the rear, the Ouchigari Osota. He's got his head caught up there now, and he's looking very uncomfortable indeed as he's trying to back out the back door. 1 minute 44 in golden score, so they've been battling away for almost 6 minutes now. We've had a long enough break in between. Judo is going to be awarded to him, so that's the second one for Bottio. The frustration of the Dutch coach there, desperately wanting to
just get on with it. Yeah.
Well, he's on a roll, you see, the Dutchman, and that's what they're wanting, to keep that pressure on. Spin in. Gutsy, but very, very loose and not as powerful of a spin in as I'm sure he was hoping for. Taking that sleeve, but again, it lets that loose arm go. comes round the back, but he's got to use it. And Smink drops to the ground, but as that drop, he should get a Shido for that, and yes, he does.
What, you rather fancied continuing into the
Yes,
Shimiwaza?
I think that was a bit too quick in a reaction there, because he had the advantage following down. Oh!
Lost control,
Well,
lost
he
the
just
hand.
slipped
finish off
down
with
the
Maki
arm.
Ko-
He
yeah,
only
exactly.
ended up getting the wrist and no more. But again, it was a close call. Two and a half minutes gone in golden score now. Gautier getting caught up with the head, but tries to come across that defensive, but walks on to the Makakomi.
Real battle here for Bottio. Isn't it always the way when one fighter gets some kind of injury that they go forever?
Yes.
It's sort of, I don't know, maybe the adrenaline must be pumping through them and it just keeps them going.
Yeah, something to fight for. He'll be hoping for all that strapping and the punishment he's taken. He'll be taking the medal with him. Oh, well, again, yes, and that's 3 attacks, one after the other.
No, he's got to stop.
But that was just the first stop he's had, but he's got to get that. He was on a bit of a roll there, wasn't he, Bottio?
Well, he's lost some of the strapping. That must be in Roberto Chiolio's pocket now.
Oh, well, that's not so good. That's not so good. I think.
Yeah, Smink wanted to go over and give some kind of, assistance to Bottio, but I think the referee just indicated, look, he's not going to be able to continue. We're going to have to leave that. He's having another look, so is the coach. But this time it was
something else. They got injured, wasn't it?
Yeah, and neither of them are leaving. They're going to wait for Bottio to come off, and then they'll walk out with him.
Yeah.
Which is really nice.
This is first Grand Slam medal for Jesper Smink, the Netherlands.
It's just nice, isn't it? Yeah.
Right, well, we've got some highlights from this one as we can unearth them. He's had to say, I can't continue. That's what it was right at the end there. Just collapse. I think there's a thigh strain, perhaps. And that put him out. Right, we come now to the final of the under 90 kilo category. Murao Sanshiro of Japan faces Mamadali Mediev of Azerbaijan. It'll be Murao in the white judogi, Mediev in blue. Referee in the middle for this one is Jefferson Vieira of Brazil.
Well, this is going to be an interesting match. A youngster up and coming with the more master of them all.
And here are the athletes.
Murao, Japan junior world silver medalist, and the Osaka Grand Slam bronze medalist of last year. Mediev started off the year in great form, winning a bronze medal in Tel Aviv. Last year was 7th in the Grand Masters in Gwangju. This is the first time these two have crossed paths. I don't think it will be the last time. Japanese for me has been quite a solid performance throughout, such maturity in his judo.
Yeah, he's been methodical in the way that he's gone about his task today. Every single opponent, he has taken time to work out, determine how best to approach them, and found a way to get past them.
He was so he was so deep there. Just lost a little bit of control at the top end. Uchigari. Well, it came in for the Uchigari. Medvedev just played a bit of a waiting game, set it up, and was ready to pounce at the end with the counter. See, he was given that, and then the upper body control, the power of the man. Took him out. Wazari up now for the Azerbaijan. But still 2 minutes 40 seconds remaining.
He was a little bit loose with that attack, Morale,
He was.
to be
He was
honest.
very. Got to be careful. You up against such an experienced athlete, and the way he's been performing here today, he can fight with the hardest of them.
2:20 odd left to go. Plenty of time. Will be good just to settle himself here and go again at his plan that has worked throughout the day.
Yeah, I see him just sort of setting this up. He'll most probably be, confidence-wise, knocked a little bit on that.
Yeah, just a bit.
Just a bit, yeah. He's a young athlete, and obviously, although he's hit some really good targets, he's still on a real learning curve here. There's only so much maturity and experience you've got under your belt at that age. A man versus a boy, but will that be the case against sizing up here on this tatami? Both got a Shido apiece. One Wazari on the board. Result from a counter-attack from Medvedev. Ferraro looking for an opportunity there, finding it very difficult to get past the strong defences of his opponent.
He's okay as long as he stays on one Shido.
Yes, but so it's
Medvedev picks up a second.
Yeah. Oh. You would have thought somehow that he would have chased that a little bit more. He went in for the Osodogari, spun round the back, but maybe gave a little bit more at the end, especially when the back was turned.
We've been talking about the way that tactics work at this kind of stage. Whenever you see two penalties against someone, start looking at how things may develop, and what Murao will want to do is to make sure that he keeps up the rate of attacks. That makes Medvedev look passive. If Medvedev has to attack, that's when Murao wants to come up with a counter. Any other mistake and Medvedev's out. So Medvedev doesn't want to step out, he doesn't want a false attack, he doesn't want a gripping infringement. There are lots of ways that he could lose.
Yeah.
So given that Murao knows that he's going to try and avoid all of those, the one that he's got control of is the tempo of the contest. So he's got to step it up to make Medvedev look passive.
Yeah.
That's if he wants to go down the Shido route. I'd try and put a score on the board if I was him, but look at the time left.
Yeah.
He hasn't been able to do it.
No, and there you get the turn, and that clock's going to tick away nicely.
And what Murao wasn't able to do was to use the minute 26 to try and stepped the pace of the contest up.
Yeah.
He had a minute 26 to try and change the tempo of the contest. He couldn't do it. And Mamadali Mediev of Azerbaijan it is who wins the under 90 kilo category. That is a good win.
That is a very good win.
I say that because it was somewhat unexpected if we look at the way the draw shaped
Well,
up.
that's what we said right at the end, wasn't it? That we thought the pathway that he'd taken all the way through, he defeated some really tough opposition, and Mediev was really on form.
He was one of the top 8. Okay, so he was in the top 8, and he managed to see off or finish at least higher than the top 4. Good work from Mamadali Mediev. Okay, that's the first gold medal. We've got 4 more gold medals to be contested here on the third and final day of competition. Let's have a look at these highlights. Right, we come now to the first of the bronze medal contests in the under 78 kilo category. Bernadette Graf of Austria is up against Audrey Chermio of France. It'll be Graf in the white judogi, Chermio in blue, and the referee in the middle for this one is Raul Camacho of Spain.
Referee is from Spain, Mr. Raul Camacho.
Bernadette Graf.
She's been really impressive today. I think she's had a great performance. She's on form.
Used to the weight category now. This
Yes.
is where she is.
She looks
Chermio
comfortable, doesn't she?
Always competed at this. But
Chewing nails as she comes out there, doesn't she? Oh,
she's beginning there are a few question marks now beginning to come up against Chermio. Can she salvage something from here and take a bronze medal, or is it going to be Bernadette Graf who comes to the fore? We shall see.
Well, you've got a very, no disrespect at all, you've got Chermio, who's very, very physical competitor, very physical, and she fights. And the lovely as she was, the timing was just right there, just swept the feet and just shakes a little bit of the confidence of Graf. But you've got Graf, who's an intelligent fighter. She's a thinker, and she'll bide her time. She's got good niwaza as well, and she'll have planned out this match tactically against what she knows is going to be a real battle, and she's going to be prepared for this. And I think if anybody can mix it, Graf can, when it comes to real spirited fighting. I don't see her being intimidated at all by Chermio, and a lot of athletes are, because she's so physically such a physical presence on the mat, this French athlete, and such an aggressive style. Chermio dragging that head down, just trying to make her opponent look quite passive, intimidating her on the edge of the contest area. And in a way, it seems to be working. Graf has got around, caught up there. Chermio's got that sleeve, and it's really blocking any opportunity that Graf can come back from.
Rosa Kusakdor was talking about the prowess of Audrey Chermio with her with her ashiwaza, the foot sweeps, and it was famously in the final of the World Championships in 2011 in Paris, where she threw the Japanese Ogata Akari in the final. Beautifully.
It's an all or nothing one, isn't it, at times with her? She really does commit with those sweeps, and when she connects right, My goodness, there's no stopping him.
Half the contest gone, a single Shido picked up by Chimio, and that may change now as well. Camacho gives both fighters penalties for avoiding to take a grip, but it does give Graf a slight advantage. He's just picked up one. We've got half the contest still to come. Chimio, however, has collected two. She can't afford a single error now.
And Graf's got that sleeve. Both opting to try and block each other with the sleeve grip that they're most dominant with. I think the only one it's paying off for is Chimeo at this particular moment. Graf tried desperately to plant that arm over the top. On the missing, the Ashiwaza was there again that stumbled Graf down to the ground.
Did you talk about the head-to-head that they've had? They've been up against each other on two occasions, and on both occasions Bernadette Graf has come out the winner. Chimio looking for a bit of revenge here, or some payback for defeats that she'd suffered this year. Sorry, last year. It's only been the once.
It's
back in 2017.
Yeah, it was quite some time ago.
That was in a final, however. That was in the final of the European Open in Bucharest, 2017. This is the second time they've met.
Chimio trying desperately to come over the top, and she really needs to stay engaged. A little bit of pitter-patter going on here, and I don't know whether both will pick up a Shido apiece.
Yeah.
And Sokimaki for Chimeo.
Where we talk about this all the time, the minute that you get your second Shido, don't allow your opponent to drag you in to an unnecessary gripping exchange, or you lose focus on what you have to do. What you have to do is make sure you don't pick up another penalty. So your opponent wants you to play that kind of game. Don't get drawn in there. Time and time again, we see that, we say it. Players just lose concentration.
Yeah.
They think it's a gripping exchange. No, it's not. It's a tactic that will draw you a penalty. And if you're not careful, you're going to get one. And Chimio, unfortunate for her, she allowed Graf to start playing that game, got sucked in, picked up a third penalty, and that was it. Graf was happy to say, okay, I'll take it.
Graf was clever. She went down. We said that right at the beginning. She had a game plan. She was able to mix it with the best of them. We knew that. She had good gripping skills. She's a clever fighter, there's no doubt about it. Chimeo wanted a fight. She was given a fight. She had a great opportunity with the Ashiwazas. At the first opening couple of minutes, she really did dominate and intimidate Graf throughout. But Graf, when she realised she got past that crucial point, that she knew that she was still in with a shout, it gave her the confidence and just played her own game and just played that waiting game.
2-0 now. Right, we come to the second of the bronze medal contest in the under 78 kilo category. Natalie Powell of Great Britain faces Clara Apoteca of Slovenia. It's Powell in the white judogi, Apoteca in blue, and the referee in the middle for this one is Gostini Balázs of Hungary.
Well, this is going to be a very interesting match. They've met each other twice, and it's been 1-1. So it's difficult. For me, I would say Apoteca looks very sharp at the beginning. Natalie hasn't had the greatest of days. She's had some ups and downs and not as looked as sharp as we would have seen her in the past.
I think
she looks very serious here, and when it comes to a bronze medal and in the repechage, she can win. She really does know how to win these bronze medals. She's done it in the past, and I think she can tip the scale in her advantage.
I think it will be apparent when you see them match up just what difficulties Apoteca is going to pose for Powell.
It's those long limbs, and it's going to really be the problem. Powell coming in the side, but now as you can see, she's itching away to try and get that left hand down the back. The problem is she's got such long limbs, Opateka, and she's got those long legs that come in the front, the uchimata, and she hooks in with the ouchigari. Now, for Powell to get any leverage around the back, she's got to get so close, which means she's walking straight on to those long legs, and it's a danger. It's really a risk that I'm not sure whether she's comfortable at this moment or confident enough to take. Not at the earlier stages of this contest, while she's still fresh.
First minute gone, no score. Opateka with a poor little Satemi was her effort there.
And Powell tried to sort of capitalise on there with the ouchigari. Tried to take credit for it, but she wasn't forceful enough really in that direction.
Decided at the end not to pursue the groundwork opportunity. It was getting a little bit difficult to get past the legs, so she decided, I'm not going to go there, so leave that.
And to reserve the energy where the outcome will be positive and to her advantage.
Well, maybe she feels she's got a better chance of catching her standing up, so that's why she got out of that one. Or as you say, you don't want to use up too much energy early on.
Oh, she's going to pick up a penalty here, and there it goes, the first penalty. Not even halfway through the contest.
One.
The last time they fought was the World Championships.
In Baku, yeah. Opateka took that one.
Yeah, she won that. That's the last time they met. Ouchigari, but there was a little bit of resistance, so a bit of a 50-50 on that one.
Pull it through, Ouchi, on that grip, come on.
Well, Powell with the Shido, 1 minute 50 seconds remaining in this contest, just gone past the halfway mark. She really is up against a very tall and awkward size athlete that's causing her a few problems here. She's coming in the inside. She's the Sumigeshi there, scoring a Wazari. Now, Powell needs to now up her game. She has to start fighting back. She's been tactically trying to play this match. I think what Powell's now got to do is do what she does well, and that's fight.
Oh, she's going to claim that, but they haven't given anything.
No.
All right, well, Powell seemed sure that she'd...
Well, she had the upper body control. She had the control.
Not even reviewed.
She tried the sort of Tewaza look on it. But for me, she's got to start fighting. This is where Powell can... The only chance of taking this match is if she gives a fight out here, and the tactics goes out the window and the fight starts replacing it. She's got to keep the distance. She's not got to. She's got to hit on the grip. Hit on the grip each time to gain through. Opateka, if she grips up, she'll control. She's got the leverage to do so. She's got the she can stay the distance without being caught.
Also got the cushion of being penalty free.
Yeah, exactly.
So looking to protect that Wazari lead.
So you see the distance between them. So there's going to be a penalty there. Yeah, but 33 seconds remaining.
Can still burn one.
So she's on the receiving end again. So she's got to be out there first. She's got to start piling on the pressure. She's got to dig in deep. And the clock ticks away. It's not in the favour of Powell at this particular moment.
Can't get past the arms.
She can't get past that.
Frustration for Natalie Powell as Opateka comes up with a single score. It's Klara Opateka of Slovenia who's going to take this bronze medal.
Winner and bronze medalist for women under 78 kilograms in blue judogi, representing Slovenia, Klara Apotekar.
And right at the end there, you saw the list of difficulties that the fighters are going to have with Apotekar. It's not just the height or the long legs, but that reach, those arms, to get past the arms is really difficult.
The last thing you want to do is match her with just that defensive action, because you're the one that's going to look passive because you don't look in control. She looked in control. She was dominating the way that match was going. It was her pace, her style all the time.
Classic Sumigaishi, actually.
Nice
Give her credit, look.
Nice. She pulled her down over the top. Nice. It was that hand on the belt that done it.
Yeah, that goes over the back.
Straight in.
Bang.
Yeah, nice.
Good leg work as well.
Nice technique.
Come now to the final of the under 78 kilo category. Mayra Aguiar of Brazil faces Ana Maria Wagner of Germany. It will be Aguiar in white judogi, Wagner in blue. And the referee in the middle for this one is Yevgeny Rakhnin of Russia. Loretta, take it away.
Well, this is going to be a very interesting match, and as we saw in the statistics, there was a match-up once, and Wagner taking that win. But there's a lot of experience under the belt of Aguiar, looking very strong throughout the day. But Wagner, Ana Maria Wagner has this home crowd totally behind her. And in the semi-final, defeated Chimeo at ease with a great performance there in that semi-final for a place here in the final. She's had a strong and tough route through.
This is a huge task for Ana Maria Wagner. I know a lot of people have been saying that Mayra Aguiar is off the boil, but she's an exceptionally strong athlete. She's going to pick up a penalty there for stepping off, I think. Aguiar just lost concentration. No, got away with that. My feeling was that Aguiar had lost concentration of where she was, and there was no attack that took her off the mat, but that was the view that we had. I think that may have just influenced my thinking on that one, and she didn't get penalised. Yeah, a lot of people think that Aguiar's been off the boil, but
she's been looking good today.
Oh, she's in the final, so maybe their boiling point is different from ours. Almost caught with the left-sided hip technique there. Threw that one in.
The last time they were on a head-to-head was at the Grand Prix in Zagreb last year. Strong high collar grip there, looking in control at the moment. Aguiar drawing her off to the edge of the contest area. She's got that sleeve, piling the pressure on, trying to get a reaction out of Wagner. Uchigari.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit misleading when people say that Mayra Aguiar's gone off the board. She did pick up 4 medals on the IJF World Tour last year, so we've only got 12 months of the year, and 4 medals during that 12-month period is not bad.
And when you consider how the distance from where she's from Brazil. So how many did she participate in?
She made the final here last year. She was in last year's final. She took the silver.
Yes.
Bronze in Ekaterinburg, got silver in at, I think it's the World Championships and the Paris Grand Slam this year. So last year's World Championships and Paris Grand Slam where she didn't feature at all. Maybe there's such big events that people remember those, but she's been round and about. And this, just earlier this month, she had a warm-up, if you like, at the European Open. She picked up a silver there. We'll see how 2019 goes for both fighters. Bent over and overly defensive. So the referee's not going to allow this to go on for much longer unless they straighten up and attack. They'll both be penalised.
And Wagner will look to be the one that's in control here, as you can see, having that height advantage when it comes to a bit of a head-to-head, and someone's got the high collar grip and their opponent's down, his head's lower. They tend to look as if they're the one that's controlling the situation.
Well, last year it was Sato Ruika of Japan who defeated Aguiar in the final of the first ever Düsseldorf Grand Slam. This is the second edition. It's the second time that Aguiar's been in the final.
I know, she'd be wanting to go one better and go on to the top position of that. Oh, there's the Oso Tagari. That's a nice throw.
Dreadful time to come up with a score.
Oh, 12 seconds
for Wagner.
Rosario.
She can just keep running now. It'll be all defence. She ducks underneath. She can pick up a penalty there.
Another
but
attack.
It won't make any difference. A single slip from Anna Maria Wagner gives Mayra Aguiar the gold medal in Düsseldorf after her silver medal performance last year. Now comes up with
That's good.
gold.
Just won that one further up the ladder.
I suppose it's worth saying just how important a medal that is for Anna Maria Wagner as well. Maybe we are, overlooking the fact that that's a terrific performance. It's a silver for Anna Maria Wagner in a Grand Slam. Good work from her.
Yes.
There should be some happy faces on the podium. Well, we know Mayra Aguiar is going to be happy. Started smiling already. Why not? Gold medal winner.
A little bit of relief there, I think.
Dear friends, this is the 5th gold medal for Mayra Aguiar of Brazil. And here you see the highlight of this final on the screen.
Couldn't wait to leave the mat before her smile.
Ladies and gentlemen,
We've got the awarding ceremony for the men in the under 90 kilo category coming up next. There are the medal winners.
Die Medaillen werden überreicht vom IGF-Partner, Herrn Peter Katzensberger.
Bronze medalists are representing the Netherlands, Jesper Smink.
And the first of the bronze medals goes to Jesper Smink of the Netherlands. There's a bronze medal too for Mikhail Igolnikov of Russia.
Silver medalist representing Japan, Murao Sanshiro.
The silver medal goes to Murao Sanshiro of Japan.
And gold
The gold medal goes to Mamadali Mediev of Azerbaijan.
Prize money and the mascots will be presented by Manager of Department of High Performance Sports of the State Chancellery.
Das Preisgeld und die Maskottchen werden überreicht vom Abteilungsleiter für Leistungssport in der Staatskanzlei, Herrn Wolfgang Fischer.
the national anthem of Azerbaijan.
Meine Damen und Herren, bitte erheben Sie sich zu
And now
Ihnen
the national anthem of Azerbaijan.
Thank you very much. Now, family picture with VIPs and Judo.
They're the 4 medalists and the VIP presenters. It was Smink and Igolnikov to take the bronze medals. Murahu took the silver, and it was Medvedev who walked away with the gold medal. Right, we've got the first of the bronze medal contests coming up in the under 100 kilo category now. Leonardo Gonçalves of Brazil faces Lauren Böhler of Austria. It's Gonçalves in the white judogi, Böhler in blue, and the referee in the middle for this one is Nedim Beyat of Turkey.
As you can see, there's not much really to divide these. There's been one head-to-head, and Böhler in that driving seat with the confidence knowing that he's had that win against his opponent. Böhler in Abu Dhabi took the 7th place, but he picked up a silver medal last year in Cancun, along with in Ekaterinburg, Grand Slam, a bronze medal. Very familiar for being on a podium. Has had a great performance throughout this day. Gonçalves won bronze medal back in 2009 that we have record of, and so this is a great achievement to find himself in this Grand Slam bronze medal match. Chigari coming in for the Osoto, come across for the nice flow of techniques. He's brave, that's all I can say. This Brazilian is definitely a brave character. He's coming out to do his judo. He's not worrying about tactics. He's not worrying about the strength of his opponent. He's coming up to do what he wants to do. It's like a randori at this particular moment for him. Strong grip. Olio ducking underneath, and he really doesn't know which way to rock. He's been hit that many times with different techniques.
Wants to get rid of that right hand.
Chigari, yeah.
Not quite. Rolls him over his backside and one elbow, so that's not going to score. But what he can't allow Gonçalves to do is just to sit here in control with that right.
Yeah.
You've got to find a way to break that up.
Gonçalves is really just having a free range here at the moment. Gets his grip and he's playing around with his feet. So loose and agile. In fact, he's very dangerous indeed. Very dangerous.
Pode começar, hein?
Lau in die rechte muss besser kommen.
It's quite interesting when you look at the Brazilian sort of style of judo and the way he's moving. There is a real Japanese influence, isn't it? That sort of looseness and openness in the judo, using their feet. Oh, Chigari, who stood still. But again, turns out of it, good awareness, reacts sharply to avoid getting thrown. Bola twice now catching him with a good strong attack, and in most cases would have been a score by now. But again, Goncalves able to react so well.
Be interesting to see Lauren Berlin.
Oh yes! Goodness me!
He's had him going to the rear on a couple of occasions. It'd be interesting to see him threaten him to the rear, because that's where he's going to react, and then try the combination bringing him forward.
Calves there. What a range of techniques that this young man has. The Ouchi, the Kochi, the Osutagari we've seen already. The Uchimata we've now just seen. He uses both feet. He moves nicely. It's not an aggressive fight. Bolia, straight away, he's been caught. He's got the Achilles heel, which is his weakness is for the Brazilian to the rear. He's been caught twice now to the rear. And I think that's the real Achilles heel for him. It's their rear end that maybe Bolia should sort of concentrate on. There, the Ouchigari. An attempt of the Uchimata.
A sore foot.
Stop toe. Goncalves, not sure if he's back up on his feet now. Coach again. No, it's the rear. For me, it's that he's got to play around with catching the Brazilian to the rear. Every time he's attacked, he's stumbled him. Maybe show to the front and switch to the rear.
That would be the other combination, yeah.
Yeah, doing it the opposite way round. At the moment, he's actually Koichi to the rear and a forward attack, and it should be the other way round.
Well, what Loretta is suggesting is it makes sense. You know, if you haven't been able to catch your opponent one way or the other, then the way that they are shaking, you know that's where their weakness is.
It is.
So maybe that's where the end technique should be. Where they're weakest. So you shake them to the front, but immediately go to the rear, and he hasn't done that yet.
He hasn't done that. He's been a direct
direct
rear attack, but not a combination.
And direct to the front, but no combination. Sasai almost caught Berlo.
Almost there.
Ends up on his front. We've got 40-odd seconds left to go. They're both beginning to tire, not surprisingly.
They've both been attacking well. Both have given a good innings in here. No Shidos at this particular moment. It's been nice judo. But in some ways, it's been like watching a randori.
Loose, yeah.
It's very, very loose.
Which has made it enjoyable to watch.
It's made it enjoyable. It's loose and it's open, and there's creativity going on here. They're chancing. They're opening up and giving themselves some options. More so the Brazilian. He's got a nice range of technique here. It's quite an interesting fighter. Bolien taking that sleeve, and Goncalves really not happy with that sleeve grip. I don't know what's happened there. Again, he's got another bop on the nose this time.
Yeah, I think he got a whack in the mouth, actually. That slowed him down a little bit. The referee will have a look, and if any medical attention is needed, then he'll step off the mat, Gonçalves that is, but he's receiving some coaching, so it's got to be back underway now. Here we are, last few seconds Böhler looking for an opening. It's Gonçalves who attacks first, almost picked up. He brings him onto himself. That's the only problem. There was no room.
There was no room.
Yeah, to plant him on his back. He ended up planting himself.
Up on top, yeah.
But there's the danger.
He landed first.
And again, even that one is taking Gonçalves to the rear. So, you know, anything that's going back, you know, it's different when we're talking about Osodogari, Ojigari. But now, because those are things that you spot easily, and he looked to take him to the rear here with the Osoto. But again, it's a direct attack.
Direct.
And he's solid in defence.
Yep.
You've got to shake him first, and I think the only thing...
frustrating, isn't it, really?
Yeah, the only thing that will shake him is if he
Switch it
attacks to the
around.
front first. Then he's going to go back.
Yeah, double it up. To forward attack and switch it. And he's got a technique for both rear and to the front, but just do it the other way round. Show forward, switch it back. Show him with the Uchimata, switch it back with the Ochigari or the Osodogari.
Gonçalves is taking a break here.
Yeah, his head.
He just hung on, put the head in the shoulder there. Oh, and he's got him this time now.
Well, forward attack there.
It's
Nice
taking that break.
Yeah, he waited, and then he could sense that there was an opportunity. That was a lovely finish, though. Really nice finish.
First time we've seen Gonçalves just put his head down, put it on the shoulder and think, I need to catch myself here. And in doing that, he gave him the opportunity.
He did a lot of work, in fairness to him.
That's why he was worn out.
That was why he's absolutely pooped. Well, for this Brazilian, it was an interesting fight, and it was actually it was a pleasure to watch.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
I really enjoyed watching that. There was a lot to watch, a lot to see, a lot to learn.
Laurin Böhler enjoyed that too.
Yeah, he liked the final ending to it anyway.
There was a lot of hard work put in by
Yes.
both fighters there. And it was Böhler who came away with the bronze medal. Bernardo Gonçalves finishes in 5th place. Let's have a look at the highlights and we'll be back with the second of the bronze medal contests.
And here, the highlight of this bronze medal contest.
We come now to the second of the bronze medal contests in the under 100 kilo category. Bojan Dusan of Serbia faces Zelim Kotsouiev of Azerbaijan. It'll be Dusan in the white judogi, Kotsouiev in blue, and the referee in the middle for this one is Ramzadin Saidov of Uzbekistan.
Well, this is going to be possibly a little bit of a mixed match. Well, possibly not. There's a youngster, Kotsouiev, cadet European champion back in 2014.
And in blue judogi, representing Azerbaijan, last year European Championships bronze medalist, Selim Kotsouiev.
And also European bronze medalist last year. Strong athlete. Great performance throughout the day. Well, definitely for Dusan from Serbia, a lot of life in those legs yet. As he bounces in there with full of enthusiasm. Kotsouiev taking a little bit more caution as he comes in. First exchange off the grip goes to the Azerbaijan.
Too far away with that effort. You could see what he was thinking, but
I think he was thinking his opponent got one in, I'm going to get one in. So
It didn't work out.
It didn't work. He just the wrong timing. He needed a little bit more time to set that one up. He's got a good strong grip there. You can see the left hand on the lapel. He draws head to head there. Bit of a distance between them, but he's coming across what looked to be an attempt of the Tai Toshin. He just was cut short on that step through.
Chance here with his grip.
So yeah, nice strong grip around the back, controlling.
Here
Cross
comes
grip.
again.
Stabs it to the front.
He didn't like that, did he?
No,
Dawson
Dawson just dropped straight to the ground, didn't he?
He picks up a penalty for passivity. Well, he saved himself the trouble of getting one for a false attack or just a drop.
Well, I think if he stood still on that one, he would have got skied, possibly. So he took the lesser. Take us.
I'm always interested when the fighters who grip up and then complain about the fingers, like Dawson is there.
Yeah.
There's only one way you get your hands in there. Your hand has got to be there too.
Yeah.
You know, as soon as that happens, you pull your hand away.
Yeah.
But he got involved in the gripping, and then he didn't like it when Kotsoyev must have squeezed the fingers or something.
He's manicurist.
Yeah.
He's not going to be happy with that, is it?
Oh, close.
Nice,
score.
nice.
Loretta Kusat-Dahl has mentioned the fact that this is a contact sport. I'm not sure if anyone has mentioned that to Bojan Dawson yet.
No, most probably not. I just love the aggression that the men really show in these matches. They're such hard-looking, aggressive fighters, and then they get a bop on the nose or a bop on the lip, and they're like next to tears, aren't they? Where's a plaster? Broken fingernail there. It's under your nose.
He's picked up a single penalty so far. Dawson. He's not out of it yet. But
Oh, nice. That's it.
Yeah.
Rosati.
Kotsoyev just left him there, didn't he? Well, why didn't he get involved in the groundwork?
I think he thought it was Ippon. I really did think it was a high one.
Well, you know,
But-
there's a good reason why we have a referee in the middle.
Yes,
he
that's
tells you what the scores are. And Kotsoyev is guilty here of having allowed his opponent to get up when he could have finished the job.
He really doesn't want to mess around in the ground. He never has done.
He rolls away
Yeah, he
from
rolls
him.
away,
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
so-
Well, there was a bit of space there, and he wouldn't have had a chance to. I take it back. Maybe he'll follow. Was that slow motion? Oh, yes.
Don't you just love that one? The Serbian went up, he went down, and he stopped. And Kotsoyev just thought, he's still standing there. Let's just take the leg as well. Crikey.
He did come at him from all angles. There was so much for Dawson to deal with that it was, you know.
I don't think Dawson
overwhelmed
really
in the
knew.
end.
I don't think he knew
Yeah.
which way to fall,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah.
But that was a very interesting match indeed, and definitely a very convincing win. I don't think there was any doubt in our minds who was going to win that match right from the beginning, to be honest.
Kotsoyev had a good deal about him, and it proved too much for his Serbian opponent. A fifth place finish for Dawson, but
This is
Zelem Kotsoyev
medal for
takes the bronze in the under 100 kilo category. Okay, let's have a look at the highlights, and we'll be back
hip
with the
in.
final.
Well, how was nice was that as a combination? Got that hip in there, got the lift, brought him back down his feet and swept the feet from under him. Took the rug from right under his feet. Brilliant.
These are the
Ah,
highlights.
love it. Total control round the back there. Good kumikata, very strong gripping style and good combination there. That was lovely.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
We come now to the final of the under 100 kilo category. Ida Kentaro of Japan faces Cho Guam of the Republic of Korea. It's Ida in the white judogi, Cho in blue, and the referee in the middle for this one is Ioana Babiuk of Romania.
Referee of this final is from Romania. It's Ioana Babiuk.
Refereed at the 2012 Olympic Games.
Now, please welcome
Ioana Babiuk, so she's been at the highest level for quite a while now. She's in control of this one, and she's got the pleasure of looking after the current world champion. There he is, at under 100 kilos.
The reigning world champion, Cho Guam.
Some of Ida Kentaro's family are here watching on. They must be nervous right now.
Oh, definitely. Well, Ida is not any pushover by all means. This is going to be a very tough match, I think. Very interesting one indeed, because Ida got a bronze medal in Gwangju Masters last year, as well as a bronze in Osaka, and in the 18th Asian Games was first last year. Quite an impressive track record, this young man. John just has that height advantage. You can see he towers over his opponent. Such a strong looking athlete, isn't he, the Korean? Oh, Japanese, yeah. Did I say the Korean?
That's okay, yeah. we knew that one of them towered.
One's taller than the other. It's just the Japanese.
And he does, and I mean, the poor thing for Cho is that most of the time his opponents are much taller than he is. However, there's one interesting thing to note here. Cho's the one with the red back patch.
Exactly. That carries definitely some weight, doesn't it?
But it's a good point that you make. He is always shorter than his opponents, and normally in this weight category you've got very few fighters in this weight category who are short, and you find them on the podium. I can think of only one other who's regularly on the podium, and he's one of your favourites as well, and that is Jorge Fonseca.
Oh, Fonseca.
Fonseca and Cho are the only two who are short. The rest of them, you're going to find them as much taller fighters. Jorge Fonseca of Portugal, I'd call as a power fighter.
You also find Tot as well of Hungary. He's
Tot, he's in the weight below though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a lightweight, but a lighter weight. But again, he's very small for his weight
and small for the 90.
Yeah.
Short for the 90.
Short.
Yeah. Once in a while, you're going to get someone whose judo skills are up to dealing with a height disadvantage.
Yes.
Penalty apiece. We're halfway through the contest.
Ida looking right at Sianagi there from Cho. There's no rushing him back to the centre anyway. The Korean is taking his time. Looks a little bit apprehensive there, but you can see he's got a habit of catching his own lapel. If the referee takes sight of that,
to get away with that.
Getting away, yeah. I've seen it quite a few times now. The Korean just touching his own lapel, avoiding the grip up of the Japanese. See, look, the hand.
Yes, yeah. I can see what you mean there.
He's blocking it out with the hand every time. Oh, yes! Oh, beautiful as she was there, Kuriashi Harai. It looked like Ippon there. Let's have a look at it again. Whoa! That was nice.
Well, Jana Babiuk was on that side where the landing was. We had this view. She had a good position from which to make that call.
Was a lovely, lovely
but it looked
throw.
good from here. Had a little another little tap with the foot there.
Oh, he comes through onto for the Sienagi.
Joe going over on that left side. Didn't really have the power to finish off there, did he?
No.
Just being asked to tuck his jacket in now to make sure that Ida can get some purchase on him. Once that jacket comes out, it's a little bit loose. Both tidying themselves up now. We've got another 40 seconds to come. Ida leads by Wazari.
Sienagi again, Sienagi once more. 3 times. Whoa, how many times is he going to do that? Hey, goodness me. Hey. You've got to give him credit.
Well, Cho's only looking for one thing.
Is Sienagi?
No.
Drop Sienagi.
He's looking for the wind-up for Ida.
Well, he's winding us all up
Because
doing the Sienagi.
Ida can't attack.
Change the record.
For as long as Cho's attacking, Ida cannot, and he's got 2 penalties.
Oh, sorry, Isaac.
Joe's only interested in blocking him out here.
Oh, yes. Do you know what? This would be so wrong if you got a penalty for this one. Oh, please don't penalise him for that. 'Cause what can you expect? He no sooner come up, he went back down. He was sooner up, he went down again. There was no room for...
And they're so poor.
Yeah. Well, Joe, you've got to give him 10 out of 10 for trying.
Yeah.
What's his favourite technique? Sienagi.
when he's behind and his opponent's got 2 penalties.
Yeah.
But we've seen it so many times before. I've known Cho since he was a junior, and we know what he's like.
God, I've never seen that before. I was thinking, what's that all about?
Trust me, I have.
Yeah.
Cho's only asked Ida to stop and take a few pictures. I've never seen that before either. He's a boy, isn't he?
Oh, you just love him.
For King of Japan here at this year's Düsseldorf Grand Slam. Congratulations.
Oh, definitely brilliant.
World champion,
I just love that. Right. Definitely have sussed out how to fight Cho, because I know his best technique. That's Sienagi.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, yes. Love it.
That was when you saw the size difference.
Oh.
And look, this is the angle that the referee had.
Yes.
You can see that he's actually down on his side. Yeah, good call. Right,
So-
a spirited effort from Cho. However,
Definitely a spirited
there was a
effort.
lot of, I'm just going to try and
You've got to
show
give him
here.
10 out of 10. And what's his
absolutely.
favourite technique?
Sienagi.
Sienagi.
Right, we come now to the awarding ceremony for the women in the under 78 kilo category.
Überreicht vom Oberbürgermeister der Stadt Düsseldorf, Herrn Thomas Geisel.
The medals are being presented by the Mayor of Düsseldorf, Herr Thomas Geisel.
And representing Austria, Bernadette Graf.
The first of the bronze medals goes to Klara Apoteker of Slovenia. There's a bronze medal too for Bernadette Graf of Austria.
Silver medalist representing Germany.
Silver medal goes to Anna Maria Wagner of Germany.
And gold medalist representing Brazil.
The gold medal goes to Mayra Aguiar of Brazil. I didn't mean to be disparaging to Cho earlier, just I know his tactics.
I was just, do you know what? I've never ever seen that. And you've got to give him 10 out of 10 for the amount of effort he put in there. And each time, it wasn't a false attack. He was bouncing in and out, doing exactly the same technique. And I just couldn't work out, and I just obviously didn't see, I wasn't noticing the two Shidos, and I was just wondering why he would constantly persevere with a technique that was undoubtedly not working. And that's why I found it very, very strange.
Ladies and gentlemen, please all rise for the national anthem of Brazil.
And now the national anthem of Brazil.
family picture with VIPs and Judoka.
There are the winning quartet. Frank Vinegar is up there on the left-hand side, the Olympic champion from 1984. He looks in reasonably good shape, doesn't he?
He does, he looks really well.
Apotheker and Graf were the bronze medal winners. It was Wagner who took the silver, but Aguiar the gold medal. Right, we come now to the first of the bronze medal contests in the plus 78 kilo category. Maria Suelen Alterman of Brazil faces Larissa Čerik of Bosnia-Herzegovina. It's Alterman in the white judogi, Čerik in blue.
Well, as you can see, the head-to-heads, there's 3-1 and favours Alterman.
Here are the athletes.
Referee in the middle for this one, sorry, is Mathieu Bataille of France. Loretta, sorry.
Well, when you look at the results that both of them have, they are quite impressive. There's the Masters both picking up the Masters medal at third place. Larissa with a world bronze medal. And Alterman 5th place in that World Championships.
One of two Brazilians who was entered into the weight category. I think Beatriz Souza was the other. She didn't feature later on. Alterman is under a lot of pressure, actually, from her teammate. I haven't yet decided who's going to take the spot, but Souza fell at the first hurdle today rather tamely, I'm afraid. So
yes.
The fact that Alterman is competing here for a medal is going to push Souza further away, I'm afraid. They come from the same club as well, and that's one of the difficulties. She's much younger than Alterman. Alterman is, you know, almost of teacher status.
Really?
And Beatriz Souza is a little
She's just a
happy-go-lucky
young
student
thing.
coming up, you know, and just can't get past that, you know, number 2 stage.
Čerik, as you can see, it's slightly smaller than her opponent, but not by much. Normally they tower over, and she can tend to move the heavier weights, but seems to be evenly matched here as far as height is concerned. Be slight disadvantage of possibly weight.
Yeah, I think if it is, it's not going to be that much. I think the height thing would be more disturbing, but Čerik is used to this. She's the world number 2 anyway. She should be.
Yes, she's
quite used to this kind of task at hand. Alterman picks up a penalty now.
I think you were right as well. Well, there's about 13.5 kilos of a difference between them.
Still a bit, you know.
Very slow, flat. It's quite flat at the moment. Very little movement from either one of them, and they seem to be toe to toe and head to head. And just strong kumikata. Čerik.
Got the jacket over her head as well.
Yeah, she's looking a little bit untidy up there at the moment, and not firing on all cylinders at the moment here.
Second penalty picked up by Čerik. And they've decided to wave that one away. It was like, as we were saying, you know, the jacket over the head brings a little bit of safety for you in a way when it comes to getting that penalty, because what could you do about it? You know?
But in some way, the way I think, if the jacket goes over the head, it must have been lower than your opponent's for them to be able to do it.
Absolutely, you can't pull it up. Head must have gone down.
So she must have dropped down at some stage for the head to go under. But both of these athletes, for me, should have got a Shido apiece again. There's not much action coming from them at this particular moment. Cherik really needs to, well, she stepped across there a little bit dangerously there without a grip. If she'd gone down, it would have been classed as a false attack. Rescued herself. Cherik really now has to start moving her opponent around, trying to open up the last 43 seconds. It's been a battle of the kumikata. Both, I think, should be taking a Shido here. That's 2 apiece, down to the last 40 seconds.
As I said before, you can't afford to fall into the trap of what your opponent is doing, and the minute that they start looking as though they're going to get involved in that, gripping exchange, you've got to launch an attack. It will save you the trouble of picking up a penalty. If they're getting ready to penalise the pair of you, you put in an attack, the penalty is going to go to your opponent.
Well, it was a Makikomi from Cherik there. She was very loose on the entry. She comes under for the Sienagi. Another attack. Altherman defending again. If she puts another one in, I think we could be looking at the third and final Shido going to the Brazilian. Well, saved by the gong, as they say, and now we're into the golden score. 2 Shidos apiece.
The uniform golden score.
Well, Altherman needs to really start putting in a few tacks of her own. Not a wise move there. Sets it up again with an attempt of Osota. Cherik looking for the Niwaza opportunity. Not quite sure. Well, it's across the neck, but under the armpit as well, so there's no driving for the Shimiwaza. Makikomi.
Well, you don't get long in the golden score period before you pick up a penalty for passivity. So 2 or 3 attacks from your opponent without an answer, you know that you're looking at another penalty. So Cherik has got to be on her guard here. She's got to come up with some strong attacks to stay in this. It's not enough to be strong in defence. You really have to be able to come up with the attacks, and if you don't come up with the attacks, there's 1:14 already into the golden score period. If you haven't come up with an attack, then the referee's got no real choice but to dish out a third and final penalty.
I'm not quite sure if the third and final penalty will be coming on now. There's 2 strong attacks. Yeah, and there you have it. Cherik taking it. She knew it. Third and final Shido. Sokamaki, and a win, and the bronze medal goes for Altherman.
Nobody wants to end it on a penalty, but it's really up to the fighters in the middle to realise that the way that the contest is going, and for them to do something about it. Unfortunately, on this occasion, Larissa Cherik couldn't stay with the tempo. And that was the force attack.
Yeah.
And then she picked up the penalty for passivity at the end. Right, okay, we've got another bronze medal contest coming up shortly. And then we've got the final of the plus 78 kilo category. That's all before we get underway with the last of the weight categories, the plus 100. Let's take a look then at the next of the bronze medal contest. Nihal Chekrahu of Tunisia faces Irina Kinzerska of Azerbaijan. It'll be Chekrahu in the white judogi, Kinzerska in blue. And the referee in the middle for this one is Turbat Ensetseg of Mongolia.
Well, this is definitely going to be quite an interesting one. Two very big ladies in this weight, most probably the heaviest of the ladies.
Several times African champion and silver medalist here in Düsseldorf last year, Nihal Chekrahu. And in blue judogi, representing Azerbaijan, 2017.
Well, Chekrahu, silver medalist last year in this competition, also African champion last year, and she's up against Kinzerska from Azerbaijan, who won the gold medal at the beginning of the year. A good start for this year in Tel Aviv, and also a bronze medal back in 2017 in the World Championships. Kinzerska, slight height advantage over her partner. Comes in for the Makikomi.
There's no secrets here from either of these two. They're both Makikomi specialists, so one or either of these is going to go over, and it'll be to Makikomi. Kinzerska is the one who usually comes up with a big finish.
Well, these are the two heaviest we have in the weight category.
Coached by the two latest coaches. The two coaches are the lightest coaches.
Are they?
They're both X60
kilo
fighters.
Makikomi. Oh yes, Ippon. Kinzerska, just that slight, I think it was about 10 kilos extra weight that was able to drive that one over. And Chekrahu really couldn't have any, she didn't have any defense against that one.
So Irina Kinzerska of Azerbaijan takes another medal.
Winner and bronze medalist.
Very difficult to beat, actually.
She's a big girl, isn't she?
You have to find out how to.
Well, when she gets those hips across for that Makikomi, it's difficult to stop.
She's up there at number 5 in the world, and with that, there's this 60 kilo coach.
Her medal number 6 in a Grand Slam. Irina Kinzerska, Azerbaijan.
It's going to be a lot of working out for those who need to get past her to make sure that she doesn't take the medals at the World Championships or Olympic Games. But we are missing the Chinese. We've got Cubans and the Japanese here, Ortiz and Asahina, so that's part of it. We haven't had the,
as well.
Well, we're only going to get one of them at the Games.
That's right.
But
which one?
Yeah, Japan and China. China are missing here. We didn't have the big, Chinese heavyweight. Yu Song pulled out. And then we haven't had a top French heavyweight yet, and I think that there are 2. And I think that they're both better than Emily Andiol, with the greatest of respect to Emily. I think they're both better than her. So there's a lot to look out for. And the thing that we're going to look out for next is the final of the plus 78 kilo category. You mentioned about the Olympic champion, former Olympic champion, Idalis Ortiz of Cuba is up against the current world champion, Asahina Sara of Japan. It'll be Ortiz in the white judogi, Asahina in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Amatua Fando of Belarus. Here is Loretta.
Well, this is going to be interesting to see how Asahina tactically works against a much bigger opponent in this match. It has been a head-to-head 3 times, and it's been 2-1 in favour to Asahina. An absolute sweetie of her. I just love this girl. Her little face. And the mothery figure of the heavyweights, Ortiz, former Olympic champion. World silver medalist, second in the Masters, up against Asahina, world champion, and gold medalist from Düsseldorf last year. Oh, great start there from Ortiz as she drops in there for that Cianagi. Took Asahina by surprise, really, in the first exchange. And Ortiz was really up for this. She's got a little bit of a spark in her in the opening seconds of this contest. Asahina now settling in with the grips. Very, very agile when she gets that opportunity for the ashiwazas, the uchigaris and the uchimatas. Both gripping up defensively there. Asahina up until now hasn't put an attack in, but Ortiz has. 2 strong attacks, in fact. Now, well, they take that in consideration when they hand out the shidos. No, they don't. So it's 1 apiece. Both trying to mix it hard there with the grips, trying to get the more appropriate Kumikata grip.
She's just a little bit tentative, Asahina. She's not getting as far across as she can. She doesn't want to get countered. She doesn't want to run a risk here. And she really needs, if she wants to throw Ortiz, she's got to put a little bit more in.
She's got to be braver.
Yeah,
she's got to be really brave out here. And she's got to take a risk. They both got 2 there's very strong grips there. Asahina with the high collar grip, controlling head movement of Ortiz. But a simple exchange from Ortiz as well, so both of them, it's a bit of a head-to-head clashing here. Neither one of them giving too much away. Judo.
Right, now this is what Asahina should have avoided.
Yes.
You must have known what was going on. You know the way that this happens. Pick it up, put in an attack.
And I think Ortiz has actually done a little bit more than Asahina at this particular moment.
I haven't seen the ashiwaza yet. From Sasai Tsurikomi, actually, from...
Yeah, the Sasai, we haven't seen
Asahina.
that yet. She's normally very clever, but we haven't seen it at all.
We need a little bit of movement from Ortiz in order for that to really work.
Ortiz came out in this competition, in this contest, it was sparking. She really did. She put 3 attacks in before Asahina even actually managed to settle in with the grips. There just isn't enough movement
for me
No.
from Asahina. And the reason I'm saying that is because we know what Ortiz is like, so that's okay. This is who she is. That's not going to change. She was Olympic champion back in 2012, so it's not going to change.
There's another drop, and again she came in deep enough for it not to be classed as a drop. A poor attack. It was a well-intended, but it was defended well by Asahina.
Given the nature of the contest, it was one of the only things that we've had, so maybe he found it difficult to call that as a front.
Yes,
and that's a good effort
that's
there.
a good effort. That's the second effort.
So now it's Asahina, all of a sudden, who's up against
She's
it.
up against it.
And
I think they're
that's
going
how
to
long
just-
you get.
That's it.
18 seconds left on the
Third.
clock, and a third penalty.
Yep.
Winner and gold medalist in the plus 78 kilo category of women.
Ortiz came out, but Ortiz came out very, very positive right from the beginning. She put 3 strong attacks at the beginning for me, and she was determined to win this match. She came out to win it. Asahina, she played too much of a waiting game.
There are things that you have to do. You have to do them. There are things that are just too difficult to do at times, and therefore you fall back to the next set of things that are going to make you win the contest. That was one of those contests where it's the next set of things. Of course they want to go out there and throw and score. That didn't happen. So what was the next best thing? To come up with the right tactics. Ortiz had them. Asahina's got to learn from that. Can't allow yourself to pick up unnecessary penalties. The passivity penalty is the one that you can get past.
Yeah.
A false attack, okay. Stepping out, gripping things. Those are all things that you might inadvertently pick up. But the passivity penalty is one that's down to you. You are not doing anything.
Yeah.
You have to
And the
be
thing
aware
is,
of
within
that.
that contest as well, there was efforts to make even a change of grip, where Asahina really didn't even change her grip. She was within the same defence position right throughout.
We come now to the awarding ceremony for the men in the under 100 kilo category. The medals are being presented by the former world champion Florin Daniel Lascaux. The first of the bronze medals goes to Zelim Kotsoiev of Azerbaijan. There's a bronze medal too for Laurin Böhler of Austria. Silver medal goes to Cho Guam of the Republic of Korea. The gold medal goes to Ida Kentaro of Japan.
Prize money and the mascots will be presented by the former national coach of the German Judo Federation.
Das Preisgeld und die Maskottchen werden überreicht vom Ehrenbundestrainer des Deutschen Judo-Bundes, Herrn Han Hussan.
The Ashiwaza by Ida Kentaro in the final was really beautiful. I mean, it came up with Rosari because Cho will give him the benefit of the doubt that feeling that he was flying had something to do with turning out of it, but not a great deal. He was really on his way. Nice work by Kentaro, and then Cho, realizing that he still had some time,
Yes.
put in a million attacks because his opponent had 2 penalties. Just don't feel
Yes, I just found that
he was really trying to throw.
that was very interesting for me to see that one.
And now the national anthem of Japan.
Thank you very much. Family picture with Riyad Peace and Judoka.
Daniel Lasko and Han Ho-san are the VIP guests. There are the medal winners. Kotariev and Berla, the bronze medalists. Cho took the silver and Ida the gold. Right, we've got one more weight category to bring you. It's the plus 100 kilo category for men, and we're going to have the first of the bronze medal contests featuring today's number 1 seed Ulzibaya Durenbaya of Mongolia. He's up against Ogawa Yusei of Japan. It'll be Ulzibaya in the white judogi, Ogawa in blue, and the referee in the middle for this one is John Ramakas of the Netherlands. Here's Loretta.
Well, looking at the statistic there, there's been 2 head-to-heads, and we've had Japanese Ogawa in the driving seat on this one. 2 wins already under his belt. Will he make it a third? Or will we have Ulzibaya coming back for revenge in this bronze medal match here in Düsseldorf? Ulzibaya in Osaka last year was 5th place in the World Championships in Baku, a bronze medalist. Always someone that's around the medals. In Düsseldorf this time last year was 7th place. He'll be obviously wanting to, he's already gone one better. Whether he wins or lose, it'd either be a 5th or a 3rd position. But it's really down to this man he's up against, whether he'll put him forward or will he just let him fall. Ogawa there in the blue, strong looking athlete. Back in 2017, gold medalist in the Tokyo Grand Slam.
Fight is taking a bit of time to settle in, and just a little bit too long for the liking of John Ramakas. In fact, what he's given is the penalty for just hiding that side of the jacket away from his opponent. Ulzibaya being a little bit unfair. You can turn sideways,
Yes.
but not to the point where you become negative. Almost everything is allowed,
yes,
all the grips
yeah.
are allowed, but none of them can be used negatively. Even
Yeah.
the pistol grip they allow if you use it right away.
Ulzibaya trying to come under the strong defences of Ogawa. Slight height advantage. Very solid on his feet. Neither one of them really opening up as yet. Ogawa looking for the Uchimata there. Now trying to chase on Ulzibaya, trying to get past those defences, comes in with the Seanagi, stumbles his opponent off on the wrong direction as he tries to avoid getting caught with the Seanagi. Ogawa still not really take full control of this. In fact, he looks very, very slow indeed. Both of these athletes are very defensive in their own way, and I'm surprised obviously that he's not picked up a Judo, because there's very little action going for both athletes at this particular moment.
Just put a bit of pressure on the arm there, didn't he, Ogawa, and Ulzibaya crumbled under. He didn't pick up a penalty, but Ogawa kind of waves a hand at him in half kind of apologising, but nothing to apologise for. Again, we come back to the point that it is a contact sport, and you will from time to time feel some physical discomfort, all within the rules, however.
Yes. Uchimachi attempt from Ulzibaya, right at the edge of the contest area.
And then once that had failed and he was falling away, he pulled the arm in and gave it the Makikomi look, but he was really looking to get out of the failed Yumata. It was clever because he had to. Could have been in trouble there.
Oh, both picking up just one. Ogawa taking the second Shido, one apiece now. We're into the last minute of this contest. With the more dominant grip, as you can see, the high collar, but switched it across for a Makikomi. Both coaches deep in concentration of what to do next.
Too late now. They're out there. I mean, the only thing that they can do is to shout out a few instructions. But really, it's up to Ulzibaya and Ogawa. All the really hard work has been done already, hasn't it?
The tactics haven't really changed in this match. It's been very much stalemate, and neither one of them have been gutsy enough to try something different, and they're just going with the flow, reacting off an action or a slight movement of their opponent, and both taking it in turns. So it's been a very slow process throughout this contest, and now we're into golden score, a Shido apiece. High collar. Now switch turns, the other person puts the high collar on. Tries to go for that sleeve. Ulzibaya stepping that leg through as if to attempt the Seoinage. Comes in for a lower Seoinage attempt. Ulzibaya with the high collar turns it into a Makikomi. Ogawa. Well, the stronger attacks have come from the Japanese side, but not at any time did any of these attacks at this particular moment have looked threatening, any close to scoring. Second Shido, Ulzibaya picks up.
At this point of the golden score period, and you've just picked up your second penalty, there really is only one thing left to do here. You have to go for it.
Yeah, you go like a bat out of hell, don't you, to try and come back and show you're in business. Well, that's the first bit of injection of life that's come out of both of them at this particular moment.
Well, it could be that Ulzibaya really is just spent. He just doesn't have the energy any longer to be combative, and perfectly possible that he will pick up the third penalty here.
Yes, yeah.
Well, although I've just seen John Ramaker's asking him to hurry up, and if he's decided that this is the end, then there's no need to rush him. So he probably wouldn't have given that signal if he was going to give a third penalty. So they're probably just going to let it go one more cycle.
Yeah.
John gave it away there.
Yeah, he gave it with that hurry up.
Hurry up, yeah.
Hurry up, get on with it.
And this is it. He's had the warning. Kosoto onto the Uchimata, however. But at least he came in with an effort.
That's it, yep. Good effort. There's the Uchimata once more. The Kosoto again.
Problem for Uzibaya is that Ogawa is waiting for that Kosoto.
Yes, for the Uchimata to come in.
And he can throw left-sided Uchimata. He's kind of stepping onto it and giving him the leg.
Yeah, he's like teasing him out to do that. That wasn't good. And Makakomi totally misjudged that one. A whoops moment, definitely, Sheldon.
Thought for a moment he's going to try Taitoshi. Just
That's it.
let go with the left hand, however. Oh, the Kosoto this time! Oh, that was so close.
So close. Well, that's the best technique we've seen all the time now. 2.5 minutes into golden score. 6.5 minutes these athletes have been out there, and that's the best one we've seen so far. So, have they decided to wake up here?
Maybe that will galvanise Ogawa into doing something.
Yeah. He's onto that.
Again.
Drawn onto that hip. Again. Yes.
Very close. Not quite.
Well, I think he could be the third and final Shido now. We'll give him one more if Uzibaya comes in for another one. It's in for the Uchimata. Oh,
sorry.
It's gotta be.
Gone.
It's gotta be.
Yeah. He's not under attack
that's
yet.
It, yeah. That's done.
John Ramakas doesn't wait to ask for anyone's advice on that one.
Yeah,
he just gives out the third Shido.
Yeah, it was so blatant, wasn't it?
That was that. Yeah, it was poor in the end from Ogawa. Not the way that anyone would have wanted to see it. Although Uzibaya just at the end there gave us a little flash a couple of times when we thought he might come up with the score.
There was a couple of good moments there from Uzibaya. He's going to lie down and have a heart attack after that one. 6.5 minutes out there. I don't think he went in hoping it would go for that length of time. Yeah, there was some good moments there from Uzibaya. I think the right man took the medal at the end.
Yeah, I agree with you. Not the way that we wanted to see it end, but that's the way it worked out on this occasion.
Now let's get on with the next bronze medal, one that I've been looking forward to.
Yeah, coming up next, it will be Stefan Hegge of Austria. He's up against Henk Grol of the Netherlands. It'll be Hegge in the white judogi, Grol in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Lubomir Peter of Australia.
Well, they've never had a head-to-head. World ranking very, very close, and there's a good balance going into this competition. One slightly more mature than the other. Hegge, a young athlete from Austria, coming through with bags of enthusiasm, lots of youth behind him, and that killer instinct.
Threw nicely earlier on, didn't he?
Oh, he's had some lovely technique earlier on. He's put away some really impressive athletes, and there you have just coming in behind him. You've got Grol, 3-time silver world medalist. Grol, what a lot of experience.
Yeah, I think that's one of the difficulties that Hegge's going to face here, the real
It's the
experience of
maturity.
Hinkle.
Yeah, there's a lot of more competition experience under his belt there.
Matcraft.
Yeah.
His Matcraft
That's
may
it.
be a little bit
He's done his
Advantageous.
YTS.
Yeah, he's been there, been there.
He's the master craftsman, where we've got the young student coming through. But what I like about this Austrian is he's got a lot of gumption, hasn't he? He's really that physical, mental maturity. He's coming out. Look at that. Gosh.
Left Seotoshi is the one that they're going to have to look out for, because when he really develops that, at senior level, I mean, he spanked him as a junior.
He's actually been spanking him over here.
He's thrown a couple of them today.
A couple of times, yeah. A couple of times we've seen that Taitoshi. It's been brilliant. Grohl taking that sleeve. He's doing a bit of a tactical move at this moment.
Okay, he's gone over there 3 times already, has Hege. He's got to be careful because Grohl's going to be waiting for him.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't go there.
And when you see that right arm, it's creeping round the back. He's getting a lot of control on that back there now, waiting possibly for that opportunity of that Taitoshi coming in and then countering.
Can't afford to wait too long. He's got to keep up his own attacks as well.
Grohl's strong. He's really strong. Oh, Uchigari, good change of direction. Yep. Nice movement there from Grohl. Now that combination of forward attack, switching it to the Ouchigari. Now that's what Hege's got to be really careful with. He's quite predictable that his real weapon is that Taitoshi, but 8 out of 10 times it works, doesn't it, for him? There's not a lot stopping it. So do you feed him the Taitoshi looking for the counter? Do you take that risk? Grohl picks up the first Shido for the defensive. Well, the infringement of the gripping infringement there are holding him out. You can see he's got that pistol grip, and like you said, Sheldon, as long as he uses it, it's fine, but when in a positive way. But when it's a defensive action, then you're on a hiding to nothing.
So clear when the fighters take that grip, because when they let it go, it stays there. The jacket just remains. It's a telltale sign, isn't it? Whereas if they've held it in a different way, they can hold exactly the same spot, but in a different way. So when you screw it up there, that jacket, as it leaves its mark. He's got it again. Just let it go. What they're looking for is take it, but use it in the normal way. It's when you take it, push it down in a defensive manner.
Forward attack there from Hege, just to get that foot crossing off. So we're coming up to the last minute. It's quite an intense match, really. You're just waiting for someone to make the mistake, because both of them are very strong and they've got some real strengths in their judo. Hege with that Taitoshi, and he's very, very strong in his kumikata. But Grohl's got a lot of experience under his belt on how to tactically move.
Just being shaded out now, Henk Grohl.
Grohl's got that youth behind him, and he's got young legs still.
Another big effort here from Hege. And Grohl will be passive. If he goes again here.
Nice Koichi attempt though. That was good. Grohl obviously on the outside grip, not really getting past the defences. And that's the danger, allowing Hege inside grip, because he can step across deeper for that Taitoshi. And I think Grohl could be looking at another Shido soon.
Same here. Martin Ahrens, the coach, won't be happy. However, I think it will be deserved.
Yeah.
And if you haven't put in that little coach, he would definitely be
He's
getting
given
one, and
it
he
the
gets it
second
anyway.
Judo,
Yeah. Can't really argue with that. Sorry.
6 seconds remaining where it's now to do. Whoa! A little flurry there.
Well, we've said it, time and time again. It's the combinations, certain situations that you see, and a combination would do it.
Yeah. I think Grohl's starting to look spent out there, isn't he? He's definitely
Finding it difficult.
He's really been challenged physically. Oh! Yeah,
It's on the other side from him. That'd be,
I think they're going to give another.
Well, they can have a look at it.
No, I don't think it was a score. He landed. It looked like he landed on his front.
Look where the left elbow is. Yeah, see if it's inside, then they give that. If it's out, then it's no score.
I don't know.
Up to them to determine.
Yeah, I see what you mean with the arm being tucked in, but
that's what they judge it on. Yeah, just that.
Yeah,
Winner and second bronze medalist in the plus
so Hege takes the bronze medal in the plus 100 kilograms.
We'll get a chance to see that on the replay. I know a lot of people are not, happy with that knockdown being classed as Warzari, and that's maybe something that they will look at, after Tokyo. But right now, what they're saying is, look, these are the rules. These are how we're going to apply them. Everybody knows them. All the coaches know. There's no argument from Martin Arends, the Dutch coach. And if anyone was going to argue, it'd be Martin Arends. Yeah. So for the time being, this is where the score is. If he manages to get his elbow out to defend against this, then they don't give it. But if you look at Hege's right arm, he brings that in. That's just what keeps it inside. And it's just enough to catch him. If he doesn't have that there, he puts that outside. They don't give the score, but it's just inside, and that's why they give it. Right, we come now to the final of the plus 100 kilo category. Harazawa Hisayoshi of Japan faces Inal Tasoyev of Russia. It'll be Harazawa in the white judogi, Tasoyev in blue, and the referee in the middle for this one is Frank Wolf of Germany. Loretta.
Well, there's no head-to-heads here. Both of these athletes go in blind, as we so say. But Tasoyev, for me, he's a young athlete coming through. He's got bags of energy, and he's got bags of enthusiasm and got great skills. Like we've just seen with Hege against Grohl, will that maturity be enough to push through and take this title here today against Harazawa of Japan?
In blue judogi, representing Russia, winner of Abu Dhabi Grand Slam last year, Inal Tasoyev.
Well, the Abu Dhabi Grand Slam medal for the Russian. Against the Grand Slam.
What do we say about the counters? You have to be so careful. Tasoyev and Krivabokov, the two Russian heavyweights, are absolutely sharp. And Harazawa looked pretty good there. That was a nice little entry from him, but Tasoyev
Look at his face. He's got fright of it. He got a fright of
Yeah.
his life on that one. If that hasn't unsettled him, I don't know what would have.
That was like picking up a hot kettle, wasn't it? Ouch.
Oh.
Didn't see that coming. Didn't realise that was that hot.
No, definitely.
The only problem for Tasoyev is that he does play a waiting game.
Yes, yeah, and he accumulates the
arm gone
shields.
over. Got to attack now. He's trying to get that, and he does get the arm back over.
He's strong now. He's got a good opportunity here. He's got the head. He's got himself free with the movement.
Foot tap in there would have been
Harazawa
good.
will take a Shido for that.
Gets away with that.
Yeah, he gets away with that. I thought that was a blatant sort of get out of jail job. He was in a lot of trouble there. Yes. Tasoyev coming across, taking that hand with him. Well, he's looking sharp out there, the Russian.
Harazawa picks up the
but
sheet. I wouldn't worry about that
yeah.
too much, though.
No, it's 2.5 minutes remaining. There's still plenty of time. It might give him just a wake-up call. Yep, there's the wake-up call. He just upset him by giving them that Shido. Beautiful Uchimata executed, and the gold medal goes for Harazawa of Japan.
Quite clearly, Harazawa didn't worry about it. No worries.
No, he made that look so effortless as well, didn't he, when he stepped through with that Uchimata. Didn't even break sweat there.
Winner and gold medalist for when over 100 kilograms in white, judogi, representing Japan, Harazawa Hisayoshi.
Well, if you're going to end a competition, you want to end it with a real piece of class.
That was nice. That's a nice finish. That
was one of the best throws of the day.
Yeah.
It's a pity that there were one or two that, were not up to that kind of quality, but Harazawa really just absolutely launched Inal Tasoyev, and Tasoyev is supposed to be a real threat, and that's the way that Harazawa dealt with it.
Yeah.
They're going to have to keep looking, I'm afraid, the Russians, because Tasoyev
But he's
just
quite
went
still
over.
young, isn't he? Though but he's small. That's the problem. He is small in structure. Oh goodness me! He went over there.
That's the way to state your claim to be Japan's #1 at the plus 100 kilo category. Dispose of the opposition with class. Okay, we come now to the awarding ceremony for the women in the plus 78 kilo category. Medals are being presented by the RJF marketing director and president of the German Judo Federation, Mr. Peter Frese. First of the bronze medals goes to Irina Kinzerska of Azerbaijan. There's a bronze medal too for Maria Suellen Altherman of Brazil.
Silver medalist representing Japan.
Silver medal goes to Asahina Sara of Japan.
And gold medalist representing Cuba.
Gold medal goes to Idalis Ortiz of Cuba.
Prize money and the mascots will be presented by President of Niedersachsen Judo Federation.
Das Preisgeld und die Maskottchen werden überreicht vom Präsidenten des Niedersächsischen Judo-Verbandes, Herrn Eckbert von Horn.
Ladies and gentlemen, please all rise for the national anthem of Cuba.
Now the national anthem of Cuba.
Thank you very much. Family picture with VIPs and Judo.
There is the winning quartet, Ginzerska and Altherman, with the bronze medalist Asahino took the silver. It was Ortiz to take the gold medal.
Thank you very much, Düsseldorf.
Right, well, we've got a highlights package to show you now, and then we'll be back with the last of the awarding ceremonies, the men in the plus 100 kilo category.
Dear spectators, now waiting for the last awarding ceremony for men over 100 kilograms.
Meine Damen und Herren, vor der letzten Siegerehrung hier der Medaillenspiegel. Japan in Führung mit 9 Goldmedaillen, 3-mal Silber, 2-mal Bronze. Gefolgt von Brasilien mit 1 Gold, 1 Silber und 3 Bronzemedaillen. Der dritte Platz in der Medaillenwertung an Aserbaidschan mit 1 Gold und 3 Bronzemedaillen. Platz 4 dann für Großbritannien mit 1 Goldmedaille, ebenso für Kuba und den Kosovo. Deutschland an 9. Position mit 2 silbernen und 1 Bronzemedaille.
Dear spectators, you can see the highlights of today's final vlog on the screen.
Liebe junge Freunde, während wir auf die letzte Siegerehrung warten, hier schon ein paar schöne Highlights des heutigen Finalblocks auf dem Videoscreen.
Dear spectators, medal awarding ceremony for men over 100 kilograms.
We come now to the awarding ceremony for the men in the plus 100 kilo category.
Will be presented by the IGF guest.
Die Medaillen werden überreicht vom IGF-Gast Herrn Wim Vogel.
Bronze medalists are representing Austria, Stefan Hegi.
The first of the bronze medals goes to Stefan Hegi of Austria. There's a bronze medal too for Ulzibayer Durenbayer. The medals are being presented by the IGF special guest, Wim Vogel. Silver medal goes to Inal Tasoyev of Russia.
And gold medalist representing Japan, Harasawa Hisayoshi.
Gold medal goes to Harasawa Hisayoshi of
Prize money
Japan.
and mascots will be presented by Sport Director of the German Judo Federation.
Das Preisgeld und die Maskottchen werden überreicht vom Sportdirektor des Deutschen Judo-Bundes, Herr Dr. Ruben Göbel.
Ladies and gentlemen, please all rise for the national anthem of Japan.
Meine Damen und Herren, bitte heben Sie sich zu Ehren der japanischen Nationalhymne.
And now the national anthem of Japan.
very much. Family picture with VIPs and Judo.
Chance for one last picture before we wrap things up. Hegi and Ulzibay were the bronze medalists. Yeah, you can squeeze up onto the top podium. Tasoyev took the silver, but it was Harazawa to take the gold, and that gold brought Japan their 9th gold medal of this, the second Grand Slam ever here in Düsseldorf. There is a gold medal too for Brazil, Azerbaijan, Great Britain, Cuba, and Kosovo. We'll have to wait until next time to see where the medals go. That will be in Marrakesh in Morocco in a couple of weeks' time. But from all the broadcast team here, Loretta Kusakdol and myself, it's bye-bye for now.
Goodbye.
Dear friends, this is the end of the Düsseldorf Grand Slam 2019. Once again, congratulations to all athletes, especially all the medalists. Dear friends, thank you very much for being with us in these 3 days.